Hello, everyone. Dawn Epting here. Thank you so much, as always, for watching this video. I appreciate all of your comments and your insights and for sharing this video. I wanted to get right into what I wanted to discuss today, and that is simply fear not. Fear not. With everything going on in the world today, I think that we can all use a reminder not to be afraid. So 2 Timothy 1:7, many of you I'm sure are familiar with this, says that God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. And I want to talk about that love a little bit later. So we have not been given the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. And hopefully after watching this video, you won't fear not getting that job opportunity or being rejected if you've been rejected by someone, or not being promoted, or whatever the case may be. And I know I've dealt with that in my own life. I've had clients deal with fear who were starting businesses that I was starting for them that ultimately became successful, at least financially. But that fear was present. And like I said, even in my own life, that has been something I've had to overcome with having crippling anxiety for a number of years, even when I was in the military, to the point that it was difficult for me to breathe and talk one-on-one with someone. I could not have done this, when I was dealing with really crippling anxiety. So when we fear things, we give them power. When we fear anything in our lives, whether it's, being broke or not having enough financially, rejection, failure, sometimes people are afraid to start a business or to try to expand their business, to start that book that they want to write, whatever the case may be, whatever we fear, we empower. And like I said, in my own life with anxiety, if anyone has dealt with anxiety, with having the fear of being one-on-one with someone or being out in public and having a panic attack. And of course, whatever I was fearing, I was empowering more during those years that I, suffered with that issue. So with fear, also, there are two things I wanted to discuss. Like I said, this will be brief. We attract what we fear. Not only do we give power to the things that we fear, but we also attract what we fear. In Job 3:25, Job said, "The thing that I greatly feared, or the thing that I feared the most, has come upon me." And most of you, I'm sure, are familiar with the story of Job. He lost his children, very tragic, his sons and his daughters, you know, um, he lost his possessions, his livestock, and he also lost his health. But it's very telling that he said, "What I have feared has come upon me." And if we read the previous chapters, we see that he was constantly sacrificing because he was afraid that maybe his kids had did something or said something that, was quote unquote impure or, not good. So he was trying to constantly protect them by making those sacrifices. And the thing that he feared actually ended up happening. So we have to be very careful, not only of the words that we speak, but of the thoughts that we entertain. We have power. And I know sometimes it's hard because we have thoughts constantly on a daily basis, but we have power to reject thoughts, toxic or negative thoughts. And the only power that thoughts have are the thoughts that have power are the ones that we entertain, should I say. So the thoughts that actually have power are the ones that we entertain and we allow to, turn over and over in our mind and ultimately to be implanted in our hearts. So when things arise, it's important for us to reject the thoughts so that we're not dwelling on them. And once they're in our hearts, that's where they really take root with those negative thoughts. So we attract what we fear. We attract what we fear. And the other thing I wrote here in my notes was when fear arises, and this is from the book, an excellent read, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. He talks in depth about the power of the subconscious mind or the heart, however you want to term it. And he wrote that when fear arises, there immediately comes with it a desire for something opposite to the thing feared. So whenever we have a fear that tries to arise up, you know, we can entertain it or we can immediately reject it. But he said there comes something opposite. So if you are afraid of losing your job, for example, or you have thoughts of they've been laying people off, you know, people have been furloughed, immediately with that thought, you know, comes the picture, the images that we start to entertain of being without work, you know, being unable to pay bills or to eat, you know, and immediately opposite that is, you know, the comfort and security that you want. Your desire, of course, is the comfort and security of having finances, of having, you know, abundance. So that is what we want to dwell on. We want to go, what he's saying is to the thing opposite of the fear, because thoughts that are charged with any emotion, whether it's love or fear, eventually manifest in our lives, or we experience that reality in our lives. So he says the total sentence here, the total verse or phrase is when fear arises, there immediately comes with it a desire for something opposite to the thing feared. Place your attention on the thing opposite, immediately desired. So place your attention on what you really desire, not of what you fear. This is the love that casts out fear. And that's what I was talking about earlier, where I said that we've been given the spirit of power and of love and of a sound mind. So the thing that you place that's the opposite of the fear, your attention on, is actually the love that casts out fear. You're dwelling on the love, the thing that's lovely and of a good report and pure, and that will cast out the fear in your life. And I know this from personal experience, with everything going around, and you guys, I'm sure, know what I'm talking about. I won't say the name because I'm hearing that, I don't know if this is true, and some YouTube video saying the word, you know, is getting those videos flagged, but this illness that we've been experiencing since the beginning of March or around March. When it immediately started, my dad was in a nursing home because he was going through physical therapy after an ailment he had. And so, as many of you know, the nursing homes, you know, were locked down. And so when they were, and it was just, you know, we've kind of relaxed now in a lot of the country. It's June, almost the middle of June now. But I'm sure you all remember that those emotions when it first started, everything started locking down and there was a great deal of media attention. And I spoke with him over the phone because they locked his facility down as well. And he said, I feel afraid. I feel a little afraid. And I told him, don't feel afraid, because I understood that fear attracts what we don't want into our lives often. So he did subsequently contract, you know, what was going around. And thankfully, you know, just through, just the power of prayer and his own strength, you know, he overcame it, even with being in his, being a senior citizen. So, and in the high risk group, being in his age group. So, what we fear, we have a tendency to attract. So, of course, we've all heard the term that FDR said, the only thing to fear is fear itself. So whatever you're grappling with, usually the thought of the thing is worse than the even the potential outcome. So the only thing to fear is fear itself. And finally, I just wanted to end with this. Everything you need for success has already been deposited on the inside of you. Everything that you need for success has already been deposited on the inside of you. So you don't have to fear not getting the promotion, not or failing at the business. You have everything that you need to succeed on the inside of you. And we need to focus on that. Just make that your focus. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you want to receive future videos, feel free to hit the subscribe button underneath this video to the right and the bell to receive notifications for future videos. And also feel free to look underneath this video. We have a lot of exciting things coming up. We're expanding, we're growing, if you want to get involved with those things. So thank you guys so much. I will definitely be releasing more videos now. My endeavor is to do them twice a week. So I look forward to your insight, things that you've overcome in your life as we travel along this journey together, and things that you've overcome in terms of things that may have been you've been fearful about in the past. So thank you guys so much. I look forward to seeing you guys soon, and have an awesome one.